All right, welcome back to another episode of Shameful Locks. We're here for episode of Week 6 NFL. My name is Gabriel Costa, my co-host here, Mr. Blake Profio. We had a pretty good week last week. Blake swept, so pretty good. Overall, we went 4-2. I've had 3 weeks in a row going 1-2, so it's not ideal, but I had such a strong start that I'm still in a positive. But yeah, let's recap real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. But we're recording here. We get a little late night edition here of Shameful Locks. We're recording here. We like to usually record maybe a little bit before or well around halftime of the Thursday night game. Tonight we had the 49ers at the Seahawks. 49ers beat the crap out of the Seahawks. Gino, not great. Just enough to not get blown out though. Blake, can you get any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, San Fran, they dominated. They're a top team in the NFC, and they showed it tonight. Seattle, I think they're kind of frauds, to be honest with you. San Fran's going to get healthy. They're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. It's just going to happen. So
Yeah, well, they did lose Jordan Mason tonight, which kind of stinks for them.
yeah.
I don't even know who their fourth and fifth string running back are at this point.
Mm-mm.
McCaffrey slated to come back sometime next month, allegedly.
Hmm.
You never know with that crap. But yeah, without further ado, let's do some recapping of last week. Like I said, Blake, you went 3-0. You went positive 2.57 units. Your first pick was Jags minus 2.5. Almost blew it. They beat the Colts by 3 with a last second game winning field goal. I think they were up 10 with like 6 to play.
Yeah, they watching into that game is kind of crazy. They almost blew it, but hey, a win's a win. We'll take it. Shout out Jags. Thank you.
They take it. Your next pick was Josh Jacobs over 62.5 rushing. I think he got like 78 or something like that, if I'm being
Yeah,
exact.
he went over by 10 plus yards. So that's against a bad Rams defense. So shout
And
out.
I gotta be honest, I was here at home watching that one, and I meant to bet that before the game, and I forgot. So I tried to live bet it, and I got it at like 81. So I didn't cash my live
Mm,
bet, which hey, that's on me here. I
mhm.
probably should have placed it before the game, so that's on me. Like I said, and then your lock, I went heavy on this one, Blake. So you won me some money this weekend with this one. Joe Burrow over 252.5 passing yards. I think he did that like beginning of the third quarter.
Oh yeah, he murdered it. And I mean, I think everyone knew that he was going to just because Ravens defense. That's you beat him with the pass, and that's what he did. So
Yeah, he blew it up. Probably the game of the week, I'd argue, last week against the Ravens.
yeah, that was a
Uh,
good one. That was a
it
crazy
was
game.
it was a crazy game. I mean, I don't want to see either team win, but
Yeah, yeah.
good game nonetheless.
Hmm.
Last week, like I said, I went 1-2. I didn't have a great week. I gotta stop being cute with it. I need to. You'll see this week as I go back to my picks. I'm just gonna get back to not overthinking it. We're gonna run the ball this week. We're gonna keep it easy, nothing complicated.
Yeah.
But my first winner was Vikings minus 2.5. I think they beat the Packers by 6, or not Packers,
Mhm.
Jets. Sorry, Aaron Rodgers in London. Only winner of the week, and then I had Nico Collins. Oh, this one was actually a backbreaker, dude. I had Nico Collins over 81.5 receiving yards. He had 2 catches for 76 yards in the first quarter, and then he got injured, and he's now on IR. So I guess I can't curse him too much. It must have been a pretty
Yeah.
serious injury. But he had 76 yards in the first quarter, and then left the game with an injury. So that one really upset me. And I was like, well, I have to wait till the 4 o'clock games to see if I'm gonna have a winning week or not. And my last pick, which was my shameful lock of the week, was Gardner Minshew under 32.5 on his longest completion of the day. And you know what happened, Blake? First play from scrimmage, Gardner Minshew threw a 33-yard pass to Brock Bowers.
That's
So
that's that's brutal, dude.
I didn't have to
Totally
sweat
brutal.
it. That was really stupid. I hated that. I was really upset about that one.
Yeah.
So another brutal loser. What made it even worse is I think Minshew got benched before halftime. So like if he
Hmm.
didn't throw those 2 huge passes to start on the first drive, probably no sweat free for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a crazy play. Brock Bowers is really good at football. Um,
Yeah.
I am now sitting, yeah, like I said, I lost 1.1 units last week. I am now sitting at 9-6 on the season. So, like I said, I'm still positive. I'm positive
Yeah.
2.66 units. And Blake, you are now ahead of me. Congratulations. You are 10-5, sitting at 3.62 units on the season. We both need to pick it up on the shameful lock department as we're both sitting at a ice cold 2-3. Those are supposed to be our best bets, and we should have a winning record on those. So not good to see that. As per scheduled, our TD parlay lost. For the people who aren't new, we'd like to throw two people we both like, one each to score a touchdown. Blake, I'm not going to give you too much shit because you swept last week, but I have to say, we've done four of these and you haven't hit a guy to score a touchdown yet. And I've hit in three of four. Just
I'm
saying.
I'm I'm due this week, buddy. We're keeping it simple. We're choosing a guy who reliable, so we're gonna hit this week. So make sure you tail this week.
All right. Well, like I said, I kind of thought you might not hit last week, so I took my guy
Mm.
straight up by himself last
I
week.
can't blame you. I can't blame you.
We had Jamar Chase and Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones ended up getting hurt, so I can't even give you too much shit like I am. But
Yeah,
then
it's all good. Hey,
Jamar Chase had two, so he owns the Ravens.
it's all good. We'll hit
That
this
was
week.
huge. No, we need it this week. But like I
Yep.
said, it's not that big of a deal. We recommend you throw $10 on these. Hopefully by the end of the year, we don't even need a winning record. If we're finished like 7-9 or something like that, there's a good chance we're hitting it plus money every week. Hopefully. um, but yeah, this week we've got one dialed up. We'll get to that at the end. I just did a lot of talking, Blake. So without further ado, your turn.
All right. You know what? Let's start with our game pick. So we're heading out to Baltimore. I'm taking the Ravens -6.5 versus the Commanders, and I got this at -115 on FanDuel. So to start off, I think the Ravens are really finding their groove so far this season. I know they started off a little slow with bad losses, but their running attack is hard to beat. Um, that combo of Henry and Jackson, I think it's lethal, and I think it's elite. And I don't think the Commanders' defense is too great. I think they've mostly been winning with their offense, and I don't think their offense has played a defense like the Ravens yet. So I think that this is really going to be a wake up call for the Commanders. And I think it might expose them a little bit. I mean, the Ravens are at home. Their defense is fire and their offense is fire. And Lamar Jackson dominates the NFC. That's one. I think he only has one loss to the NFC in his career. And yeah, I don't think the Commanders are that good. I think they're frauds, but Jaden Daniels is good, but I think he's going to get shut down this week. So Ravens -6.5.
Yeah, I think this is definitely like one of those games. I think people are going to be buying too much into the Commanders. Yes, I know
Yeah.
they beat up on some crappy
Yes.
defense. They beat what? The Giants, the Bengals,
Hmm.
who have a dog shit defense. Who they beat the Browns last week. Again, not crazy good competition.
Hmm.
I mean, I think this is their first real fight with one of the big boys, and
Yes.
I think they might be shell shocked, if you will,
Hmm.
from the first sight on that one. I like
Yeah.
that pick. Definitely kind of surprised at 6.5 though, but I think Vegas is
Yeah.
kind of onto what we're
Yeah.
saying here.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead with my game pick for the week. I'm going to Bears money line. I got this at -120 on ESPN bet. I think this is just a don't overthink it play. Bears are going to London to play the Jaguars. Technically, the Bears are the home team, even though the Jaguars will be staying and playing the next week of the London game. I know the Jaguars usually play at least two there every year right now. But no, I just think the Bears are a much better team than the Jaguars. We watched it last week. They did beat the Colts, but man, was that close. Bears have been kind of hot recently. Caleb Williams is
Yeah.
starting to find his stride. Bears have a solid defense. I would actually say they probably have, I'll say I think they have a top 10 defense in the league right now.
Oh yeah. Easily. Easily.
Yeah. So I'm happy that's not too crazy of me to say, but Jags defense, I mean, nothing special. Offense, I mean, they're probably a little bit above average, but I just don't think that they'll be scoring a lot of points on this good defense. Also another thing I saw today, the Jaguars are actually going to be late getting to this game in London. I don't think they're leaving till tomorrow because of the hurricane stuff going on in Florida.
Oh shoot.
So coming in late to a different country to play an NFL game, that's not great. I don't even know who the Jags play next week, but I know there is a crazy stat for the second game they play in London. They have a crazy record of like really good. I think when because they always go play back-to-back weeks in London. I
Right.
think that second week they stay.
Hmm.
I think they usually play pretty well because they're settled in. and the other team is not. But if you're coming in late, I think the Bears have been there since like Wednesday.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think the more settled in team, which I think is already the better team, give me the Bears money line this week.
Yeah, I think the Bears are overall just a better team. Definitely a better defense. I think it, like you said, Jags got lucky last week, and then that travel stuff that plays a huge role in everything. It's definitely going to hurt the Jags coming in tomorrow. Like, how many days you get to adjust? Like two days, 2 full days, 1 full day.
One and a half
So
ish.
yeah, so that's nothing. It's a 6 hour, 7 hour time difference. So I do like that pick a lot.
Thank you, thank you. Your turn.
My turn. Okay.
Yeah, I just went.
Check, check, cut.
I'll
Okay,
let you have
so
the lead.
let's head into our player props now, if you will. So I'm actually staying in Baltimore for this one,
Uh-oh.
interestingly enough. So I did say the Ravens had a really good rush defense. So I'm gonna take Jaden Daniels under 48 and a half rush yards. And I got that at minus 114 on FanDuel. So yeah, the Ravens are at home. Rush defense is very good. John Harbaugh is going to want to take away that whole rushing game. I mean, that's just the way the Ravens are. It's the way they've always been. We know that since they're in the division. Um, and Daniels has gone over this in 2 of 5 games, but I really don't expect him to be running the ball a lot in Baltimore against that defense. Um, and the Ravens pass defense sucks, like we saw that last week. So I think Washington might try to pass the ball. And I really don't see a lot of scoring from the Commanders in this game. And a lot of that is because of my last pick of Baltimore minus 6.5. But yeah, I think Jaden Daniels might struggle this game, might come back down to earth a little bit. And yeah, under 48 and a half yards is
Yeah,
my
and
play
I
prop.
think not a bad pick either. Is the Ravens kind of did the same thing to Stroud last time. They played Stroud twice last year, and they locked
Hmm.
him down. A lot of people have been comparing Jaden Daniels to Stroud, not based off necessarily their play style, but how they both have been kind of electric rookies and been off to a super hot start, and
Hmm.
just not really looking like they're rookies like they're supposed to be looking. Um, a little dangerous, Blake, going to the same game twice, but hey.
Yes,
I
very.
hope you're right. I hope you're right. I mean, you could easily get a double dip win, or you could get a double dip loss. Hey, only time will tell here.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, I'm gonna go to my game pick of the week, and like I said, I'm not overthinking it this week. I'm gonna run the ball. I'm gonna keep it simple. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs over 57 and a half rushing yards. I got that at minus 110 on FanDuel. I had played this, I think, 2 weeks ago, and it was my only win of
Yep.
the week. I got it at 52 and a half 2 weeks ago. I think we played on Monday Night Football. Jahmyr Gibbs has been a beast. Lions love to run the ball, excuse me. And they play the Cowboys this week. I think it's in Dallas this week, but super high over under. I think it's 52 and a half. I think it's the highest over under the week, 1 point higher than the Ravens game. But yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs has been a beast, man. Over the last 3 games, he's had 78 rushing yards, 83 rushing yards, 84 rushing yards. And then in week one, it was kind of Monty's week to kind of get the ball. But no, they've definitely been utilizing Gibbs a lot. I think anytime there's a line under 60 for Gibbs, I think it's a no-brainer. You got to take it. He's an elite running back, I would argue. Definitely probably a top 15 back in the league. Definitely higher, probably. But no, I just don't think that this line should be that low. I don't really think the Cowboys' run defense is anything super special. Lions have a great offensive line, and what they'd love to do is establish the run early.
Yes, the Lions, I think their line is top 5 in the league. I think the Cowboys' defensive line is hurt.
Hmm.
The Steelers did not take advantage of that last week, even though they should have. But I think
Hmm.
the Lions will, considering who their coach is and their formula for winning games, which is running the ball. So
Yeah, sets up
I
play
do like
action.
I like that pick a lot. So I'll
Thank you,
probably
thank you.
tell that one actually. So I like it.
Nice. All right, Blake. We need to get back into at least being 500 on our shameful locks. We're both sitting
Yes,
at a ice cold 2-3.
yes,
What do you got
sir.
for your best bet this week?
Yeah, so we're staying with that Cowboys Lions game. I'm gonna go Dak Prescott over 276 and a half pass yards. I got that minus 114 on FanDuel. So Dak has gone over this mark in 3 of 5 games this year, and they're playing at home, which is obviously turf inside, ideal conditions for Dak. Um, I mean, we just watched that game last weekend. He tore up the Steelers secondary, absolutely shredded them. And in this game, I'm expecting a lot of points, a lot of scoring, a lot of big plays. And the Lions' pass defense isn't great. They give up 276 pass yards a game. And overall, I think Dak's playing really well. I mean, this is his bread and butter, regular season, NFC opponent, not a not a top defense in the league, in my opinion. But yeah, I think he's going to be passing a lot. I don't think their run game is anything special. And 276 seems very achievable to me. So I'm going to hit the over.
Yeah, I think the Lions are favored to win this game by 3, and
Mm-hmm.
Dak is definitely the biggest. I would probably argue the biggest candidate to take advantage of garbage time
Mm-hmm.
stats. So if they're losing, be prepared for some huge Dak's passing yards in the second half. What Gino carved him up for like over 350
He
on Monday Night
did.
Football
Yes.
2 weeks ago. If Gino can do it, I imagine what Dak can do. Dak's definitely better than Gino. I
Mm-hmm.
like that pick. We'll probably be tailing that one too. I think you're kind of on to something there with some passing yards in some of these games the last 2 weeks. Like to see it from you, Blake.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
overall passing yards have been down in the league in general. So it's kind of a little bit more of a risky play. But I think if you can find the right matchup, I think it can be some plus money.
yeah, and like I said, it's the highest over under the week at 52.5, so that's great for you there.
Yes,
Expecting to
sir.
move the ball. All right, I'm going to continue my trend here for my best bet of the week. Like I said, I'm 2-3. I need to get back to in the winning column here to get back to 500. These are supposed to be our best bets. These should be my best winners. So I'm going to join you in Baltimore this week, Blake. I didn't
Oh,
realize this until right now, but a lot of our picks are in the same games.
yeah.
5 of our picks are in 2 games, so could be
Crazy.
could be over early. Could be some big winners in these games. Maybe we're reading it well.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Derrick Henry over 79.5 rushing yards. I got that at minus 120 on ESPN bet. I'm just trying not to overthink it, you know. I don't think the Commanders have a great rush defense. Um, Devin Singletary ran on them for like 80 some yards. If Devin Singletary can do that, imagine what Derrick Henry will do, especially when the Ravens love to run the ball with Derrick Henry. Henry didn't have a great week last week. He did get 92 rushing yards, but all 50 of those were in overtime against the Bengals.
Mhm.
But listen to Derrick Henry's stat line so far this season. Last week, 92 rush yards. 2 weeks ago against the Bills, 199. 3 weeks ago against the Cowboys, 151, and then 84 against the Raiders. Chiefs, that was week 1. Uh, they didn't get him the ball a lot, actually. But yeah, he's been crushing this. I just think he's going to go ahead and go for it. Anytime again, I see this under 80, I feel like you got to hop on that. Henry's been a beast. I know you can attest to this. I know you've always been a big Derrick Henry supporter, and I know you
To
were
a
kind of
fault.
upset you didn't get him in fantasy this year.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. That's why I took the Ravens minus 6.5. I think they're going to dominate. Their run game is just it's unreal at this point. It's best in the NFL. I think they're going to try to run all over the Commanders at home, in front of those fans, and that defense is suspect. I really don't think they're very good. They don't really have a ton of big name guys, and yeah, I think the Ravens dominate all over the field.
Nice, nice. All right. Like I said, we've got a lot of picks in 2 games, but hey, sometimes that's how the chips fall. Sometimes we read what we read and we see what we like, you know.
Way she
Um,
goes.
hey, just the way she goes. Once a wise man once said that. But yeah, all right. This is time for our touchdown parlay of the week. Like I mentioned earlier, we both pick one guy we like to get in the end zone, and we parlay the two, pull the odds up, and hopefully we can do pretty well on this. Like I said, last year we did really well. I know we had a losing record on it last year, but we still won like over $200 because these were
Yeah,
plus money every single time.
yeah.
But this week, we are 0-4, unfortunately. We mentioned that earlier, but we need to get one this week. So I think we're going to go a little easier this week. I'll start us off here, Blake. I'm going with another running back, as I've been doing all week here. I'm going with Bears running back DeAndre Swift. He's hit the end zone twice in the last 2 weeks. I bet against him 2 weeks ago, and he burned me. I'm kind of riding that theory that just because I got burnt by him 2 weeks ago, I don't want to do the opposite now and get burnt by making the same mistake twice. He's been doing
Mhm.
really well.
Amazingly enough, I'm staying in one of the two games that I bet on. David Montgomery versus the Cowboys. Cowboys uh, rushing defense sucks. Monty's a beast. He's going to score. Going to happen. Bet it this week. I think it was like minus 150 or some crazy odds like that. But
Yeah, Monty's like minus 150 on
yeah,
like every book.
wanted to take something a little easier this week.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, we need one. We need to get in the winning column here. We need to start
he'll
somewhere here.
he'll have the odds for you over there, over here.
Yep. Like I said, we got that at plus 276 on Caesars this week. I think FanDuel had it at like 270 something as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got two running backs here. I mean, it's about as easy as it gets. We don't have to worry
Mhm.
about catches. I mean, catch it if they want to get in the end zone there, but
Right. Yeah.
hopefully we just get in within the five, run the ball, we get in there, cash us really easily. We need to get one in the W column here. It's just what we need to be doing here. Don't overthink it. That's all it comes down to this week. But yeah, that'll wrap us up. Blake, any closing comments for us?
Take that touchdown parlay. It's going to hit this week, and yeah, we got another great slate of football this weekend. We got some good college football, good
Oh yeah,
NFL, Ohio State. Shout out,
huge game this weekend.
huge game. But yeah, let's have a good weekend. Take our picks. Hopefully they win.
Yeah, Ohio State's got Oregon. Real quick, give me a score prediction for that game, will you?
Um, I think Ohio State wins. I think they're just a better team overall. So I'm going to go 27-23.
27-23. I think that's a really good score. Spread is 3.5, so you got the buck cover in there. Huge.
Yeah, where's
I'm
the
thinking
money?
it's.
Where's the money?
I think it is on Ohio State right now, to be honest.
I gotta fade that.
I think it's like 60-40 right now, Ohio State. So it's close at
Okay, it's
least.
not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah. I think it's just because Oregon's at home.
Mhm.
I like Bucks in a big one here this week. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be 34-24. I think they won by 10.
tenor, double
But I'm
digits.
a diehard
Respect.
homer. I mean,
Oh yeah, me too. That's me with the Steelers. Okay.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think we're way better on paper. I don't think Dylan Gabriel's very good. I think Oregon's overrated. I think Penn State is the game that we're all should be scared about. Penn State has looked very good
That
this
could be
year.
1 versus 2. I saw 1 versus
It
2,
could
two
be.
versus.
It could be. Could very
See what
could well could be.
happens.
Which would be Shane's going to be at that game. That's going to be
Yeah,
nuts.
fight out. He's gonna be jumping around.
That's going to be scary. Well, anyway, it's getting late here. 11:59 here on the East Coast right now. October's in full swing. Hockey came back already. Jackets, are back already. They lost in the first game of the season. Shocker to no one. I hope everyone bet against them. They stink.
Yes,
NBA's
sir.
coming up around in a few weeks too. So,
Yeah, man.
some good things to look forward to. It's that time of the year. Let's
Great
rock.
time of the year. Great time of the year. It's getting fall like outside. Go get a pumpkin, carve out.
Doing that
Oh,
next weekend. Ohio
hell
State's got
yeah!
a
Rock
bye.
on, rock on.
Gonna get a pumpkin roll and probably eat it.
That's hype.
It is
That's
hype.
hype.
All right, sounds good. That'll wrap us up for week NFL 6. I think it's
All right.
6.
Peace.
See ya.